Welcome to Mindshock. This is Flat Earth Q&A live stream number 8. Haven't done one in a little bit. Not going to go super long tonight, but did want to address a couple things I haven't seen addressed under the ever-expanding topic of flat Earth and all that this conspiracy theory could entail. I mean, intersecting physics, politics, spirituality. I mean, is there anything the flat Earth conspiracy doesn't touch? Is there any conspiracy that isn't flat Earth adjacent? I mean, it is quite a versatile conspiracy. Even the anti-flat earthers must admit that, true or not, the flat earth conspiracy seems to touch just about every topic out there. Welcome all the usual suspects. Kill the Bank in here. Haven't seen Kill the Bank in a bit. I think Kill the Bank missed a couple of our Flat Earth streams. Justin Johnson, Ken, Heracles, Pakao, Mikaiva, Tara, Haley, Truth, Troll, and 3000 Trin, all in the house tonight for another wild ride on the Flat Earth roller coaster ride that seems once again to intersect just about every single topic out there, conspiratorial or otherwise. So, plenty to go over. I will address 3000 Trin's question here. First of all, why is your name 3000 Trin? Do you drive a 3000 GT? That's a pretty cool car. Especially the twin turbo, all-wheel drive, all-wheel steering with active aero, a wing that actually moves in the back. Jackie Chan drove the prototype, the HSX with the target top, which they never actually became a production model, but yeah, 90s cars were cool. And yeah, that is sort of related to my Fast and Furious post. I think, yeah, Brian, in the short film between Fast and Furious 1 and 2, Brian actually drove a 3000 GT VR4. 3000 Trend says, nah, it's a salute to Mystery Science Theater 3000. Another good 3000. 3000 is a very interesting number. Okay, so the question from 3000 Trin is, glad you're doing this. Wanted to basketball why you think the TFE, is this the final experiment, Sun cores, would not be definitive evidence. I will get into that. Numerous people have asked me about that. Tsutsaka got triggered about that. There's quite a few individuals that have brought that up. I addressed it non-directly many times. I addressed it directly once on a previous stream, but I guess a lot of people might have missed that. So, I will address that. But first, let's play another excellent Robot Polisher compilation to get this stream going. As always, if you want to help support the Mindshock podcast, help logic and reason return to a world where it is quickly going extinct, as evidenced anytime the Flat Earth topic is brought up. You can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. You can also become a YouTube member right here on YouTube. Help support the channel that way. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Patreon. Patrons do get priority. For case topological analysis, co-podcast requests, you can also be a guest on the podcast depending on your tier. Questions, comments, theories, thoughts, suggestions, rebuttals, debunkings of any kind, leave them in the comments section. Unless, of course, you are here with us live for this live Q&A. And then you can just drop them in the chat. I'll try to get to each and every one of them. Tara says, those were cool. I wanted one in 96 and a Mystery Science Theater 100. Yeah, there was a lot of cool cars in the 90s, but now all the cars, there's actually some predictive programming, well, quite a bit of predictive programming in the Fast and the Furious movies. I'm trying to remember which one this was. Maybe this was part 7? I've actually seen every single one of them, believe it or not. The seventh one, they were remote. That was the one where Charlize Theron was remote controlling cars in the middle of a city. One of the biggest things about the Fast and Furious series, like the amount of civilians that they're willing to kill randomly on the roads is just crazy. Because even in the Expendables and some of these other big action series, like they really do their best effort to minimize casualties. But in Fast and the Furious, they don't give a crap. They don't care. I mean, they're just riding away, like dodging as tanks are shooting them, blowing up all innocent civilians with families all around them. They don't give a crap. Ken said my dad had a Dodge Stealthy. Yeah, Dodge imported it. Yeah, there was a lot of, was it DSM, Diamond Star Motors, Dodge imported. Dodge imported the 3000 GT. It was a lot more curvy. More seductive curves on the Stealth versus the 3000 GT. YouTube's going haywire for a second. Let me just double check the stream health. Oh, this is so weird. Hold on a second. Okay. We should be back. Or maybe we never left for some people. Okay. The rust-colored Eclipse, too. Yeah, I mean, those were fun times, the 90s, and even before Fast and the Furious came out. Like, car culture was kind of a thing. Now everybody just plays video games. But what was I talking about? In Fast and Furious, I think it was it 7 or 8? It might have been 8. It might have been 8. Fast and Furious 8. They, Cypher, Charlize Theron's character, was remote controlling cars and literally having them fly out of buildings onto roads, killing mad people. But, yeah, it just, all of the cars can now be remote controlled. I think any car after, what was they had new software in cars, I think 2015-ish, 2013, 2015. But I actually think back in 2007, 2008 is where they modified the ECUs to be internet controlled. I don't remember the exact year. I don't feel like looking it up, but my apologies to the Mindshock listeners. Usually we bring all the receipts. I don't remember the exact year. I'm guessing it was 07, 08-ish where they modified ECUs, and then somewhere around 2013 to 2015 is when they did major modification to where all cars can be tracked and remote controlled. But I believe even the 07, 08 models, somewhere around there, they did something with the ECU where it can be connected to the internet remotely. So now all of the older, but so you're much safer with older cars. Tara says cars are sissy cars now. Yeah, I mean, what is up with the car design too? Is this? Do we need to talk about this? The it's not just about architecture, because look how crappy all these modern buildings are. But even cars, I mean, they just look all weird and boxy and like failed retro throwbacks. And just, I guess, uninspired would be the best word for it, right? Because back in the 80s, I mean, the 80s, some people don't like those styles, but the 90s cars were sleek and actually engineered with aesthetics in mind. I mean, the crap coming out, look at the Cybertruck and all these newer cars, they just look so boxy and boring. Like some kind of, like the way cars would have looked in some kind of 80s arcade game. truth troll on point here. Take your car in to be serviced and they will update it for everything they wish to do without your permission. Yeah. I mean, everything's gone smart. Obviously, by smart, they mean stupid. Because, just a surrender in slavery of all your possessions. Like if you buy a new laptop, it'll update and do all these things without your permission with backdoors and tracking and all that. Same thing with cars. Gotta go with the older cars. Dodge Vipers were pretty cool, too. Alright, okay, we got off track. We got off track here. It's all because of 3000 Trent in his name. Threw us into 90s car throwback, car culture. Oh yeah, the other thing I was saying is car culture was kind of a thing in the 90s. Now it's not really. Now you buy whatever you buy. Nobody really modifies anything anymore. Nobody cares about anything. They'd rather just play video games or scroll on their phone. It's like another word I haven't really used, but perhaps it's apt here. Everything post 90s seems to be a lot less inspired. Everything's more uninspired. Now, if you haven't checked out the 80s versus 90s Best Decade live on Mindshock, that live stream we did, check that out. A lot of copyright issues, obviously. I played clips with music in them. But I believe it should be viewable in just about most countries now for the people that were having trouble viewing it before. Okay, so let's go to this robot polisher clip, and then we will tackle the final experiment, what it would or wouldn't prove. Actually, you know what? No, we'll definitely get to it. I might want to play another clip first that's also related to that and time zones, which might illustrate the point. Okay, well, let's go to the one and only robot polisher for this hilarious edit. Aren't they all? I might have played this one before. I don't know if I have or not. But it's so hilarious that we'll have to watch it again.
Oh, my baby, my globe, my sweetie cake. Oh, I love the globe. Oh, those flat earthers are so bad. Eddie Bravo's not around. Wake the fuck up! Oh, God! Wake the fuck up! It's flat. Fuck it! Fuck you! God damn this fucking... Nice. God damn this fucking thing! We're defeated right now. Look at that son of a bitch! Down with the earth!
We will beat COVID because we know the earth is not flat.
You don't need to be a scientist to know that the earth is round.
Earth, which for the record is not flat.
What's kind of endlessly hilarious is the desperation of the mainstream to just continue referencing flat Earth and the Earth not being flat. Like, look at the desperation in this psycho's eyes. I mean, this goof, he's mentally gone. He's got the MK Ultra stare. But it's not just about that. It's about the sheer desperation. It's like they're begging the peasants not to give this theory the light of day. They're desperately begging. Notice, without ever actually providing any evidence. Just look at the sheer desperation in this MK Ultra goof's eyes. Is my voice low? I got it maxed out here. I don't think I could get it louder. Yeah, the clips I play are on a different audio channel than the mic, so that's probably why it's louder. Yeah, I could turn the playback on the clip down. But yeah, why, if this theory is that silly, like, I had a podcast, The Car Conspiracy, that cars aren't real. And notice how there was no Wikipedia link, there was no disclaimer. Actually, this is a disproven conspiracy theory. Cars actually are real. Because think about how much more dangerous it would be to believe that cars aren't real than the Earth is flat. Because I mean, you'd go out into traffic, get killed. I mean, it's so deadly to believe that cars aren't real, like they're holograms or whatever. I mean, that would just cause so many deaths to believe that. But nobody gives a crap. I mean, the mainstream media is not talking about that. I mean, look at all the other conspiracies. Bigfoot, ghosts. I mean, is there desperation from the mainstream? Like this Oliver goof, this MK Ultra goof, talking about how ghosts aren't real. Hey, they probably actually would consider ghosts, right? I'm sure. I mean, I don't watch this garbage, but if you went back through all the countless hours of trash on this Oliver show, you probably could find some sound bites of him referencing ghosts, not necessarily in a dismissive fashion. I mean, you certainly could for other mainstream media personalities.
We know that the earth is round.
I mean, you can't go around saying the world is flat and still do commerce.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
Wait, hold on a second. This Bill Nye goof says you can't do commerce on a flat Earth. How did all the ancient civilizations engage in trade? I mean, the flat Earth theory, according to the mainstream narrative which this Bill Nye goof believes in, the Chinese were never even exposed to heliocentric globe or globe theory of any kind until the 16 or 1700s. And the original Silk Road goes all the way back to the Han Dynasty, 200 BC. So they were trading with the Middle East, Europe, all with flat Earth cosmology. How did they engage in commerce? Because this Bill Nye goof says that commerce is impossible with a flat Earth. So is the issue that Bill Nye is so mentally disabled he doesn't know what commerce means? Is that the issue here? That this goof is so brain dead, he's so borderline vegetable status. I mean, look at this man's face. I mean, I don't know if he identifies as a man or not. Look at this individual's face. I mean, how much cognitive function is going on here? I mean, you can't engage in commerce. I actually haven't heard that one before. Has anybody heard that one before? You can't do commerce if you say the world is flat. So he must have never heard of the ancient Chinese, the Chinese civilization, with all their incredible discoveries credited to them, including the compass, ironically. With a flat Earth cosmology, the Chinese invented the compass. They didn't know anything about Isaac Newton. They didn't know anything about relativity. The Chinese, with their flat Earth cosmology, developed compass technology, which heliocentric globe goofs hallucinate. I mean, they use that to prove a globe and I mean, they use it in their arguments. Nobody ever mentions that, according to the mainstream narrative, it was the flat earther Chinese civilization. The Chinese flat earthers. The Chinese flat earth engineers who built all of these amazing marvels that developed printing presses, or the equivalent in their time, the type, whatever, movable type presses, gunpowder, compasses. I mean, just this incredible civilization of flat earthers utilizing the Silk Road, trading across the majority of the supposedly known world at that time. I mean, the gophery. That's Bill Nye. So Bill Nye either hasn't heard of the Chinese civilization, or he doesn't understand what the word commerce means. Or both. Possibly both. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him to be that brain dead. I mean, just look at this goof's face.
and still do commerce.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
The Earth really is round.
They believe rising sea levels don't matter because in their view, the extra water is just going to spill out of Earth.
What? Who has ever claimed that extra water spills out over the sides of the flat Earth? What? I mean, if you're gonna make fun of flat earthers, I mean, at least figure out what they're claiming, right? Some claim a dome, some claim an ice wall. How does water overflow over a giant ice wall? I mean, the level of goofery here. I mean, this is the same goof. I mean, wow. I mean, just... I mean, I could do a whole hour on this, but I'm not gonna, because this is a flat earth. I don't want to get into the climate change. But one of my favorite images regarding so-called climate crisis. I mean, there's quite a lot, but this one's pretty funny. I mean, the sea levels rose so much that you could still see the exact same amount of random rocks in a harbor over 110 years. 100 years. The rising sea level hasn't even covered even inches. I mean, it hasn't even crept an inch. Here's another terrifying image here. This is from Florida. I mean, look at this terrifying rise in sea level. I mean, it's just absolutely terrifying. 100 years of rise. I mean, here's another one. I mean, you could probably barely see the Statue of Liberty now due to the rising sea levels. And let's not forget one of the greatest quotes in climate grifter history. One of the greatest quotes. Well, actually, there's a couple here. Let's not forget this gem. The North Pole will be ice-free by the summer of 2013 because of man-made global warming. Oh man, that's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one. There's another good one here too. Hold on. Let me bring up another one. I am going to be doing an extensive climate grifter podcast, but until then, these gems will tide you over. Just give me a second here. So this is Jim Hansen, head of NASA's GISS. In 20 years, so in 1988, Jim Hansen said, in 20 years, New York City's west side will be underwater. A lot of these clueless bootlicker goofs, these scientism cultist goofs that believe everything they see in the idiot box, they're so utterly clueless in history and just the basic history of the climate grift. So, I mean, it's just so hilarious. I mean, these are the goofs they worship and they take as gospel. I mean, look at these climate predictions. 36 out of 38 climate computers forecast doom that never was. And then let's not forget margin of error here. I mean, there's a certain track record regarding these grifters. I mean, does nobody remember this? I mean, obviously, brainwashed college students, they might not remember this. In the 60s, the oil would be gone in 10 years. In the 70s, it was all about global cooling and an ice age. There was the ice age alarmism in the 70s. A lot of clueless goofs don't know, but I mean, even goofs that lived through it. I mean, how many boomer goofs that believe in, I guess they're Democrat boomer goofs? They believe all this stuff. They actually lived through the global cooling grift. And I just how quickly they forget how they were hoodwinked. I mean, it's just weird. I mean, some of these goofs actually lived through all of this. And then every time every time there's a new report on the idiot box, they immediately bootlick the new report, completely ignoring how all these grifter goofs are always completely wrong about everything. I actually had a couple a couple of newspaper reporting here. I'll put them on the screen in a second. I know we're getting a little off topic here, but it's just kind of funny how all the bootlicking scientism cultist goofs, I mean, they just forgot all about this in their goofery. It's like no matter how many times no matter how many times their perceived authorities that they love to bootlick are completely dead wrong, they're still gonna believe all the new reports from the same goofs, from the same organizations, from all of these goofs. So this is all through the 70s. Now I'll put them all on the screen now. Dire famine forecast by 75. The new ice age. Air pollution may trigger new I mean, these are the same newspapers. All these goofs that believe in the climate grift, these are the same newspaper. Washington Post, New York Times. I mean, do all these brain dead statist goofs never learn anything ever? And then obviously when there was no ice age, they just pretended it was global warming. Then when there was no warming, they stopped calling it global warming and switched to climate change and just extreme weather shifting. I mean, even like this climate grift has been going on for so long. But nobody's been paying attention. I mean, obviously the conspiracy theorists have been. But just the alarmism that resulted in all these higher taxes as part of the grift. I mean, all of these, all the mainstream media has been pushing these grifts for so long to the tune of trillions of dollars. They've grifted trillions off of climate. Why would they stop? I mean, the peasants just bootleg whether it's cooling, whether it's warming. There's no critical thinking from the peasants as they're exploited. Only Up Dude says, once you go flat, the whole climate crisis lie just seems so in the rear view mirror. I mean, yeah, well, here's the thing. Each issue should be tackled on its own, and each argument should be heard out based on its own merit. And so and these are all different pieces of the puzzle, right? So regardless of whether the Earth is flat or not, everybody recognizes that the inquiry is legitimate. That's why goofs get triggered. That's why I've posted in subreddits with tens of thousands, almost 100,000 members. Not a single one of them, not a single heliocentric glober is willing to participate in a debate where logical fallacies are not allowed. That's kind of telling. Craig of Fight the Flat Earth was the only one. Because obviously he's got a fetish for humiliation. I mean, the sheer glee he gets from getting decimated in debate. The problem is he's not going to be able to get past the intro quiz. The basic logic English comprehension quiz. That's the real issue. But yeah, it's very, very telling. But the climate grift, that's it's just so obvious. So there's a lot psychologically that can be learned from tackling the climate grift. But let's continue here. That Al Gore quote's hilarious, though. North Pole ice free by summer 2013. You know what's crazy, though? The goof made this prediction in 2009. Usually the grifters, leave a little bit more time and hoping people forgot. I mean, that's only a couple of years.
But every time you see a picture from those people, those astronauts in space, you see part of the curve of the Earth.
The world is round.
And if someone says the Earth is round and someone says the Earth is flat, at some point you're going to make a judgment. The Earth is flat, people, is just flat out wrong.
Make a judgment based on what? I mean, look at the desperation in Neil deGoof Tyson's eyes. Look at the desperation there and to get people to believe him. Because he doesn't present any evidence. It's just pure desperation and appeal to scientism faith. And why is anybody even discussing this, right? Why are world leaders even talking about, or alleged world leaders, these puppets, these useful idiots? Politician leeches, elite leeches, whatever you want to call them. Shifty Eyes Shady says, Fidel Castro Jr. says, what?
And we need to make clear that those members of the Flat Earth Society are on the wrong side of history.
Is the world flat?
Is the world flat?
They must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society.
You don't talk about the spherical Earth with NASA in it and then say, oh, now let's give equal time to the flat earthers.
A whole bunch of people have decided that the world is flat.
I'm really fascinated by flat earthers.
Flat earthers, meet Delta. And because some flat earthers, especially those in places of influence, choose to peddle fiction, we're losing more of our loved ones today than we were a few months ago.
Who wants to go full send on COVID stats? We're probably gonna get the stream shut down. Who wants to go full send? If you want to risk getting this whole stream shut down, type in full send in the chat, and I will put up the statistics. Uh-oh, Freakzilla, Scott Steiner in the house says full send. Okay, we got full send up in here. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stats are all from our world in data. Disclaimer, I do not claim anything is true or untrue. This is our world in data statistics. Amount of injections overlapped with worldwide death by income level. Let's see if anybody will be surprised. Isn't that kind of weird? I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, but does anybody find, I mean, what do coincidence theorists make of the statistics here? I mean, I don't know how much we're allowed to discuss basic stats on YouTube, but I mean, this is kind of curious. Who finds this kind of curious? There's a direct overlap here. I mean, this is kind of curious. Shifty Eye Shady says, cough, cough, redistribution of wealth, cough, cough. Yeah, Haley, I'll try to read your comment. Nurse here, our ER was dead during the 2020 Onward event, and then the experimental medical treatments rolled out, and we got crazy busy fast. I mean, you guys wanted to go full send. I mean, we can go even fuller send. We can look at every individual country. We can, I mean, what are the coincidence theorists? I wonder if we're going to get shut down. Obviously, correlation means coincidence. I mean, look at this accurately labeled graph here. This is clearly correlation coincidence. Man, this stream's definitely getting shut down if I keep putting up these. Oh man, let's look at every. How about we look at every single country in the world, almost every single country that kept statistics. How high will the coincidence stack go? I mean, this is clearly coincidental. I mean, this is absolutely coincidental. There's no way this isn't coincidental. Again, this is all our world in data stats. Anybody having an issue with stats, take it up with our world in data used by all major universities, governments, and health organizations. Again, this is all coincidental. Disclaimer. it just so happens that people getting these treatments, these particular medical treatments, just so happen to have much higher rates of disease and death. Clearly coincidental, because obviously we know for sure that any medical treatments would never be released unless they were 100% legitimate, because we all know that there are never any conflicts of interest within the CDC or the WHO. We know that for sure, that conflicts of interest do not exist when it comes to health organizations. When it comes to governments and health organizations, we know for sure that there are never any conflicts of interest. Everything on the screen is pure coincidence. Let's make that very clear. We don't want the conspiracy theorists to run with any of these false narratives, because obviously this is all coincidental. I mean, how can it not be coincidental? I mean, that's just an impossibility. It's clearly impossible that this is not coincidental. So hopefully the crazy conspiracy theorists aren't going to hallucinate that this is anything other than coincidence, because how can it be anything other than coincidence? It's impossible. The government obviously cares about its own citizens. I mean, how could governments not care about their own citizens? I mean, it's just an impossibility. I mean, so what if they killed 262 million of their own citizens, 7,000 deaths per day over the past 100 years, according to Hawaii.edu on the study on democide? So what if the casualties of government were laid head to toe, their corpses would circle the earth 10 times? That doesn't mean anything. There clearly would never be any conflicts of interest despite that. I mean, how can anybody think that just because governments murdered 262 million people, that they wouldn't care about their health? I mean, what are these conspiracy theorists smoking? I mean, what kind of goofery is this? Obviously, there's no connection there. I mean, can anybody figure out what these conspiracy theorists are smoking? I mean, where do they get these crazy ideas that governments don't care about their own people? Like, it's weird. I mean, how dumb are these conspiracy theorists? How could they think that any narrative presented on the idiot box isn't 100% true? What is wrong with these crazy conspiracy theorists? I mean, like, is anybody following here? Like, how could the idiot box be wrong? It's not like clearly all the money changing hands here is all coincidental. I mean, what's going on? What's really going on here? I didn't bring up the stat with all the different countries yet. Hold on a second. Shifty Eye Shady says, whatever it is the conspiracy theorists are smoking, I want some. I mean, clearly the health crisis was warranted, right? I mean, all these 82-and-a-half-year-olds were dying with with all these severe health issues. I mean, when you have that many 82-and-a-half-year-olds dying of other medical conditions, clearly the new alleged disease is responsible here. Clearly. Like, I mean, I don't understand what the conspiracy theorists, they might have a leg to stand on regarding other issues, but regarding all these lockdowns and these new medical treatments for this deadly disease sweeping the entire world, clearly they were in the right. When you have this many 82-and-a-half-year-olds dying that have all these other health conditions, clearly it's a cause for alarm. I mean, it's unprecedented. I mean, since when do 82-and-a-half-year-olds with all these different health conditions just start dropping like flies? I mean, clearly we are in an unprecedented territory. I mean, this just had to be done. I mean, it just had to be. Things were getting shut down. I mean, just look at this. I mean, just look at this the catastrophic increase in death. I mean, there were at least 8 more people per 100,000 who died in 2020 than 2019. There were at least 8 additional 82-and-a-half-year-olds that died. I mean, how can you not shut down the world over that? I mean, is anybody like, I don't understand. Out of all the things the conspiracy theorists could be going crazy about, I mean, there was at least 8 82-and-a-half-year-olds that died in 2020, 8 more 82-and-a-half-year-olds that died in 2020 than 2019. I mean, if you can't, I mean, a whole 8, we're not talking about 1 or 2 extra dead people. We're talking about 8. We're talking about 8 additional individuals, average age 82-and-a-half, that died in 2020 versus 2019, according to the CDC census. I mean, if you don't, I mean, come on. How could you not shut down the world over 8 additional people? Is anybody in the chat following here? I mean, who thinks the conspiracy theorists actually have a case here? I mean, this was so clear cut. I mean, this is just so clear cut. I mean, the CDC statistics are so clear here. I'm still looking for this one graph. I need to get this one graph. And then obviously all of these reports of adverse reactions that just so happen to increase exponentially by thousands of percent, obviously they're not related to any new experimental medical treatment. I mean, it's obviously this is all coincidental. I mean, exponential 1,000+% spikes are to be expected from anything other than a new medical intervention. I mean, this is all obvious, isn't it? I mean, isn't this obvious? Could it be any more obvious that this is all coincidental and not related to any new medical treatment? The topic is something we can't mention directly. Alright, hold on a second. I'm still searching for this. Okay, here we go. All the different countries. So obviously it's all coincidental that all of these spikes in deaths happened after this new medical treatment. I mean, clearly it's all coincidental. I mean, what are all these conspiracy theorists smoking? It's all coincidental. Alright, you guys wanted to go full send. Let me just finish the full sending. I'll put up 2 more images here relating to the new treatments. I mean, clearly the new treatments worked. I mean, just look. Let's look here. I got a lot of receipts on coincidence. I have a lot of coincidence receipts. I mean, obviously this is all coincidental. How could it not be coincidental? I mean, there's definitely no chance that it's not coincidental. Because the idiot box said so. And what the idiot box says is always true. We know that, right? We all know that. I mean, just because all these countries that happen to not use any of these new medical treatments didn't seem to have any additional deaths, that's clearly all coincidental. I mean, how dumb do you have to be to not know that it's coincidental? I mean, how dumb? It's clearly coincidence. I mean, coincidences like this happen all the time. And it's definitely coincidence. There's no chance it's not coincidence. I got one more graphic here, and then I have a couple more animations. I had a worldwide stat here. This is Thailand. Obviously, it's coincidental. They didn't have any issue until the new medical treatments arrived, but that's clearly coincidence. I mean, so what if their deaths spiked thousands of percent? I mean, that's clearly coincidence. How can anybody not know that that's coincidence? Like, how dumb do you have to be to think it's not coincidence? If the idiot box says something is true, it is definitely true. Why would anybody doubt the idiot box? Why would anybody doubt governments? I mean, they only killed 262 mil of their own citizens. Clearly, they'd never do it again. I mean, how dumb do you have to be to think they would do it again? I mean, this is why the Amish were wiped out so many times. I mean, the Amish were just decimated by all these plagues. Because obviously they don't believe in Western medicine. So, I mean, their numbers have been so decimated. I mean, I don't think anybody's even seen an Amish person in how long now? I mean, they get wiped out by every plague. And the homeless, too. Yeah, I mean, there's hardly a homeless person in any city in the U.S. anymore. They all got wiped out as well. I mean, that's what happens when you don't get these new medical treatments. You just get completely wiped out. I'm looking for one more graphic. It was very, very telling. Can't find it. I know I have it, though. Oh, here we go. the heck? I just opened it and it didn't open. Oh, they really don't want you to see this. There was two. This is one of them. So, just because way more people died after the rollout of a new medical treatment, that doesn't mean the treatment doesn't work. Just because there was no increase in death in the countries that didn't utilize the treatment or used different treatments, that's clearly all coincidental. How could anybody not know that that's coincidental? I mean, I'm just baffled. I'm absolutely baffled. Just because way more people are dying since the release of a new treatment, that doesn't mean it doesn't work. Alright, let me finish with the receipts here. Got a couple more infographics here. This is Texas Lindsay on Twitter overlaid these, this one's kind of interesting too. This is Wide Awake Media. I mean, look at this, look at these coincidences. I mean, look how well these new treatments are working. I mean, anything not working is clearly a coincidence. I mean, just because way more people are dying, that doesn't mean that the treatment didn't work. This is almost every country. How are we not shut down yet? You guys wanted to go full send, we're going full send. Alright, let's get back to, our Flat Earth business.
How do we know the Earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat.
The Earth is flat. The world is flat. The Earth was still flat.
Of course, the world looks flat. I use physics and math to show that Earth is flat.
First of all, it's a flat world.
The world is not flat. This is called gravity, okay? So gravity is a real thing.
Antarctica? What's special about Antarctica besides polar ice caps? Yeah, but you don't need to go to Antarctica. I've heard today and all I've seen it. I don't buy it. Don't buy what you said, the logic of it about, well, the atmosphere, the ozone, rainforest, polar ice caps. I can always argue the other side.
Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat.
The Earth is actually flat.
Actually possible that the world is flat.
It's just flat.
It's a flat Earth after all.
Fact, that is flat.
So I believe the Earth is flat.
Fundamentally, a flat Earth.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
You guys know the Earth is flat, right?
Flat.
The surface of the Earth is a flat plane.
It's a flat world after all.
To the flat pancake.
Earth being flat. Flat Earth.
The Earth is flat. Earth being flat. Flat Earth. So flat Earth. This Earth is flat. We're flat.
Flat Earth. The Earth is flat. The world is flat.
World is flat.
It's the dome. This is the dome.
Well, the Earth is flat.
World's flat. It did look flat out of my window.
The Earth was flat. The Earth was flat.
Earth was flat.
World was flat.
But no, it's a flat, right? Of course it's flat.
The world is flat.
Flat, right? The world is flat.
Flat after all.
World, she's flat.
The Earth was flat.
World is flat? It's like a pancake?
Sure, I know the world is flat.
Well, so do I. Everybody knows that.
The Earth is flat.
Perfectly flat. Flat. Okay, the Earth looks pretty flat to me.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely flat.
The Earth is, in fact, flat.
The world was flat.
Myself included, flat earther.
The Earth flat.
Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
World is flat.
Earth is flat.
The world is flat.
Earth is flat.
Earth is flat. The world is flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
World has become flat.
Always flat. Always level.
It's flat. It's fucking flat.
Flat.
It's not flat.
Seattle down to LA. Flat. LA back to Florida. Flat.
The world is not
Flat.
No, the Earth is flat. Oh, here we go. The Earth is flat. Earth is flat.
Flat world.
Earth is flat.
The Earth, it may not be round.
Oh, the Earth is flat.
Earth is flat.
It's flat and smooth.
It's always level.
It's flat and smooth.
It's always level.
Very interesting. That guy could paint. That guy could paint. Alright, real quick, let's go over Millie Bobby Brown and her flip-flopping on Flat Earth and what her handlers had her say. So the question is, I mean, this is kind of funny, because it was, I think it was in the news, right? Because she got some flack for saying something about Flat Earth. And then her handlers, I don't know how many years later, her handlers had her make a correction. Let's examine that real quick. Or anybody have any thoughts on the video we just watched? I think that was a robot polisher edit. I almost said roller jam. What is on my mind? Who remembers that show, Roller Jam? I'm gonna have to start playing some Roller Jam clips. One of the greatest sporting shows of the 90s. I just found a clip from this is the first clip that came up on Roller Jam. What? How is this the first clip? But anyway, this is what YouTube is promoting. Who remembers Roller Jam? Why is this the first clip that comes up? I mean, I was looking up pro wrestling. I was looking up people getting put through tables in pro wrestling, so I don't know if that's related to this clip. Before we get to Millie Bobby Brown, let's look at some Roller Jam. If anybody remembers this show was fantastic. They should have had more I mean, people were getting body slammed and beat up all the time. They definitely watched a lot of pro wrestling.
Jammers out right away. Shea Brown out there for the hot dice. And I don't know if she's going to be able to stay up now because Denise Loden just gave is going to say what happened here. We'll take a look.
Well, the first part of the period was all Shea Brown and friends with her single-handed road them bones for the whole lineup. The second half of the period's been all
trying to get by Craig, who's a little overmatched right now and outnumbered. Now Craig grabs a hold of Brown. He's trying to set her up for Loden. Loden down there on her knees, and she pushes down Shea Brown right into the, well, into the pelvic area. And Amanda hurts. There's not much she can do right now about that.
I'd say Shea hurts a little bit, too, after Denise Loden. She can dance, she can hoochie-coochie dance, and she's a...
So Loden's going to take care of that now.
The Florida Sundog.
Started corn wrestling champion. Well, I tell you what, when I can define cream corn, I'm not going to be on a PG-rated show anymore.
I tell you what, there you see Denise Loden blocking for the Sundog. Tower.
Knew what hit her. The Barracuda lowered.
Up three. What a jam by Sam Martin. They call him the Flame.
Oh, the Flame.
Red hair.
Mark James took an elbow to the chest onto his rear end, and the Flame, because of his red hair, blasts out ahead of the pack.
There's 19, big Sean Atkinson. Oh, Atkinson went high.
Attack.
Martin went low, a great move. Martin picking up 1 point. Now he goes by yet another quake. What a great jam we're seeing by Sam Martin, the Flame. Sam Martin.
The juvenile.
Sam Martin out of the
13-year-old.
Closing in on the pack. Look at big Sean Atkinson.
Back knocks his helmet off the Flame. Look at that.
Sean Atkinson blocking.
Revenge. May not have speed, but he's finessing some of these
hammers
guys.
Another one down already, 2 points.
Here comes Sam Martin, who earlier was beaten. Oh my goodness, Sam Martin gets revenge on the Ack Attack, or so it seemed.
Oh, and another move by the Sundogs.
They're like fleas on a dog.
Calling her up. Waiting for Sunderman.
Sizing her up.
Sundogs want to get a little
And she's lighting her up.
And Francis does just that.
Oh,
now.
she called her up, lit her up.
Look at Denise Loden in back to block her. She may be setting her up for a whip.
Setting up.
No, I think she's waiting.
Sizing up.
Let her teammate go by.
And even more lighting up.
A turnaround whip.
Oh my gosh, it backfired.
Underneath the two quakes goes Lindsay.
Could not have.
Move.
There's Lindsey Francis
Look
calling
at the
up.
big elbow. Boom. Say goodnight.
Oh man, that could not have felt good.
Here underway with Jam 2, and now breaking out right away for
Eric Slopey on his horse.
Eric Slopey
on his horse
from Dianeland, Florida. Well, I think we're also about skating, but I know you don't like to hear that, Hawk.
This little guy's flexing. He's getting the crowd pumped. He's giving him. Shooters Mark James of the.
James.
Big elbow to the chest of Mark James. Posse Shalene maybe taking things into his own hands.
2-on-1, Little Richard. This is more about individuality on the part of the Quakes, but we'll find out what happens if Mark James has made a good move. Oh, Little Richard takes him down. There's the experience.
Looked like Muhammad Ali.
19, Sean Atkinson. This should prove interesting.
Oh, and he comes right around
What
Sean
a great
Atkinson.
move. There's the experience of Little Richard again.
Good for
Atkinson
him.
on his keister.
Atkinson, who takes a cheap shot to the head. You can't get. Oh, I'd pay twice the money for this. This is great.
And down goes Denise Loden, Malibu.
6
36
The
all.
yak attack. Where's he going?
David Teddy goes.
I got one more clip here from Roller Derby. Roller Jam. These guys definitely watched pro wrestling. I mean, look at the madness here. Look at the madness. I mean, it's oh, man. No, she's not done. This is crazy. I forgot how awesome this was. It just randomly popped into my head. It's like, I gotta watch some Roller Jam. Did not know we'd be going over Roller Jam on Flat Earth live streams, but... Oh, man! This is vicious. Oh, what the heck? Somebody could break a neck. This is crazy. Shifty Eyes Shady says the Roller Jam court is on a flat earth. It's kind of crazy because they're on rollerblades. That makes everything crazier. This is hilarious. Oh man, they brought in steel chairs? I totally don't remember that. I don't remember the steel chairs. They even had they had pro wrestling belts? Matari Sensa says, why is this so entertaining? I don't know. It just is. Oh, whoa, that was huge. This is actually kind of more entertaining than pro wrestling. I don't know, it's just on blades, so it's just funny. Oh, well, maybe not on blades anymore. Wow, look at that hang time. And that didn't look like there were any mats there. What the heck happened there? It's just so vicious. Oh man. I wonder what the injury list looks here. I mean, this looks like they'd get injured more than pro wrestlers. Oh man. Oh, somebody could have died there. Oh, off the railing. They're getting inventive. And just the level of danger, just because there's also other people just skating by at high speeds at all times. There's actually not a lot of clips of Roller Jam for some reason. It got scrubbed from the internet. It's not PC. Okay, here's oh man. Bringing in garbage cans. Oh man, this is crazy. Alright, here's the most non-PC. There's only like 3 clips that I could find on YouTube. This is the 3rd clip, and this is probably the most non-PC clip. Although it is kind of feminist, I guess. I guess it is kind of feminist, so let's play this pro-feminism clip, I guess, here. All about equality. See if it has sound.
Denise Loden is skating with the men's team. Well, Sam Martin is furious. He wants to skate. He can't see why Denise Loden is out there. We saw this a couple of occasions last year when they didn't have enough men to field Rory, but they got plenty of bodies. I think she's just out there trying to draw more attention to herself. If anybody can pull it off, though, I think it would be Denise. Bossy Shalene gets out there again for the Sun Dogs. He's had a big game tonight. He's against Eric Slopey and Ryan Krebs for the Quakes. And Shalene puts himself up and over the rail. Gets back quickly. You can hit that guy in the stomach with a shovel. There's the white pony. There's the white pony. Hey, Slopey, you gotta win a game, son. Look who's back to block. Loden. Playing like a man. So long, Denise. Rusty Montgomery took Denise Loden out as though to say, what do you think you're doing out here? They're yelling at Denise Loden. The men's team, Sean Marshall's down there saying, what are you doing? Sam Martin, what are you doing? But she says, I'm coming back out and give me a jammer's helmet. Boy, remember, Sean Atkinson spent that last jam in the penalty box. I don't know if I look at Sean Atkinson right now. Denise's team, the Sun Dogs, down by 2 as we go into the last jam of the game. Can she possibly win this game for the Sun Dogs going against the men? They sent her out. Atkinson called his jammers back. He wants to go one-on-one against his ex-fiancée. Loden's the only jammer out there, and Atkinson's going back to block and protect a 2-point lead. Toss out the rule book, people. This is just playground violence coming right at you. The Quakes had 2 jammers out by themselves, and Atkinson called them back. And you can toss out the anatomy chart, too, because it's boys and girls. I bet they wanted to do this for a long time. So they can do it on the track. Atkinson rips into Loden with the elbow. Waits for her again, gives her another shot. He says, come on, you can read his lips, come and get it. Now Loden is going to be turned around.
What is going on this show? What? Suplexing in Roller Jam? Like, what is this? You know what's kind of crazy? I really can't tell how much of this was actually like planned out, especially some of those elbows. They look so real. I mean, I'm assuming they must have planned this out, but on the, well, I can't really tell, because she didn't really jump, and she's not really helping him in any way. Like in a pro wrestling ring, the wrestlers are obviously in on it for all the moves. It's actually, it's kind of hard to tell here. And he didn't put her down gently at all either. Like, is Roller Jam real pro wrestling? Like, what is this? I mean, they all clearly watched pro wrestling, because these are all pro wrestling moves. But even here, like, because I mean, that must have hurt real bad. So if she's got no air in her lungs, like, she didn't help him at all. He's lifting dead weight there. And oh man! He kind of slammed her pretty hard. She probably can't even breathe right now. She probably doesn't even know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, Rory. I thought
And this is a pro wrestling move too. He did that kind of hard. What? Is Roller Jam fake? Like, look how stiff some of these elbows are. I'm not convinced this is fake. What is going on here? Justin Johnson says, surprised Steven Seagal didn't get into rollerblading. Steven Seagal in Roller Jam would have been the greatest thing ever. Can you imagine? He'd just be wrecking fools. Yeah, that looked real. I mean, a lot of this stuff looks kind of real. It looks more real than pro wrestling. I mean, this slam was crazy. I mean, look how rough. I mean, I don't know. He's just so rough here. Look, he pulled her so hard there, too. She did not jump at all. That's all dead. Like, if you watch pro wrestling, when people get suplexed or body slammed, it doesn't look that difficult because they actually jump to help the person slamming them. He did all that, and then look. Oh, man. He brought her down so hard. Oh, man. I don't know. Is Roller Jam real? Oh, man. Scott Steiner says it's real to me, damn. Okay, let's get focused here. How did we get into Roller Jam? Because I misspoke. I actually didn't really have Roller Jam on my mind, but I don't know. It looks kind of real.
Slopey on his horse.
It looks like a bunch of people who like pro wrestling. Maybe they think pro wrestling is real, but whether they do, they don't. They beat up their opponents for real. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I can't find so many clips of this stuff, but let's see if they pulled those shots. I was laughing so hard I didn't really pay attention here, but
great jammers out right away. Shea Brown out there for the hot dice, and I don't know if she...
Okay, that could have been real. She didn't know when she was gonna... Like, in pro wrestling, everything's telegraphed. Like, usually, the pro wrestler will either stomp their foot or they'll slap their own leg with their hand. So it's like an audible... Like, even if there's no visual contact. Like, sometimes they'll actually talk into each other's ears. But sometimes they'll just, like, slap their own leg or stomp to give the audio cue. But here, it really looks like they don't know what's going on. Look how
what happened here. We'll take a look.
Well, the first part of the period was all Shea Brown.
That was kind of theatrical, but
with her single-handed road and bones to the whole lineup.
I mean, it didn't look like she hit her as hard as she could, but obviously from behind, she has no clue. I don't know. It almost kind of looked like she didn't know what they were gonna do anyway. Like, look how the girl that's pulling her head, she's pulling her pretty rough by the head. Oh, that was kind of a stiff elbow too.
Outnumbered.
Yeah, because they can't give the audio, because when they're on blades, they're going so fast, they can't really do any of the pro wrestling cues.
Outnumbered.
Oh, man. And the reaction, too, like, the reaction isn't theatrical. Like, when people get elbowed for real, they don't always, like, flop around like crazy. Like, that was a stiff elbow to the face right there. Like, she looked like she was... Oh, man. That's just nasty. Like, she's just so stunned, like, she barely reacted. I don't know. I think Roller Jam might be real. This is crazy. Alright, we're gonna have to do a deep dive into Roller Jam. We're gonna have to do a 5-hour Roller Jam. We're gonna have to do a 5-hour Roller Jam deep dive. I don't know. Pretty much all of that looked pretty real. Alright, what were we talking about? We're talking about Flat Earth with Millie Bobby Brown. So let's look at the first video she did.
Do you think...
I don't know what year this was. I'm guessing it was somewhere around season 1 or 2. Yeah, deep dive on Roller Jam is definitely coming.
Planet is flat. I was watching... The planet is flat. I was watching a conspiracy... Wait, I don't know if that person is still watching this. Okay, okay. I don't know if somebody's still watching this, but we were watching a conspiracy theory the other night, and let me tell you, we were watching... Was it Shane Dawson? Answer my question if... Was it Shane Dawson? Yeah. Okay, maybe it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely was. Shane Dawson, conspiracy theory. It was Shane Dawson. I'm gonna have to check on my... Anyway, guys, there are so many, facts that it's flat. I mean, think about it. Like, think about it. Like, okay, guys, you don't even know. You don't even know. I think I am what do they call it? I think they call it a flat earther. Anyway. Yeah. I'll be riding, say you'll never ever leave from beside me. Everybody's saying the earth is not flat. How do you know? Because did you know? Oh no, I'm not even going to say it because I'm probably going to be shut down on Instagram or something.
She's really going to town on that gum. But okay, so that seemed like a genuine reaction because somebody asked her about it in her chat, I guess, because she's reacting. So she didn't just randomly put out an intentional video on Flat Earth. Alright, so here's the follow-up with her handler, with whatever damage control her handlers had to do, which is kind of weird because why would you even feel the need to address something that's such a silly conspiracy theory?
Millie. "14 years old, you said on a TikTok live that you thought the earth was flat."
Unfortunately, yes, I did.
Do you still believe this?
No.
Telling
That's an interesting side glance, is it not? Very telling facial expression.
truth.
Although I've never seen, like, the you know when you're on a plane, sometimes you can see it, the curve. I've not seen that yet.
You've seen satellite pictures, right?
I have, yeah. Thanks, Judd.
I mean, this almost looks like somebody being held hostage, right? Look at her facial expression. It's weird because it's almost like her handlers put that in there just to shut it down. Like, why is she so worried about that? Like, look how worried she was about all that. Is this MK Ultra programming cracks in the MK Ultra programming? Yeah, Matari Sensei says she's like, that doesn't prove anything, but yeah, exactly. Because look at how she answered that.
I have.
As if, because she didn't, yeah, she's like, everybody's seen this. I mean, you've seen photos of Bigfoot and ghosts, haven't you? Haven't you seen all those Bigfoot shows where they show the photographs and the videos? Haven't you seen all those paranormal documentaries where they show the videos of the ghosts? You've seen the videos of the ghosts, right? Run Boston Bear says she was excited about the truth of Flat Earth and sad she was made to denounce it. Well, here's the thing. Why does she have these facial expressions?
I have, yeah. Thanks, Judd.
Like, if, like, it's very telling. Like, she looks like she was held hostage. And she's like, why do I have to talk about this? Alright, so let's get to the, let's get down to business. We're talking, the final experiment. Alright, hold on, let's see if I missed some chats. JR Nana Boomer says, my daughter in her 40s has girlfriends who do roller derby in Long Island. How do Long Islanders pronounce Long Island? It's not Long Island, right? There's some, like, accent on it. I don't know. It might be making a comeback. Roller Jam needs to be, like, wasn't Roller Jam the most 90s thing ever? Was it? You know, it's kind of crazy. The 90s were more feminist than today. I mean, you had men and women fighting each other. You had Xena Warrior Princess and all that. Thanks for the support, Tara and Matari Sensei. Oh man, I'm tired. Watching Roller Jam made me exhausted. Trying to figure out if it was real or fake. I mean, it kind of looked real. It kind of looked real. I mean, we do have to re-examine some of those chair shots, though. I mean, the chair shots in pro wrestling were kind of real, too. Especially the ones where they don't put their arm up in front of the chair. There were a couple of chair shots where the guy didn't see it coming, either. There also, we had to do a pro wrestling deep dive. There were some hilarious pro wrestling matches referred to as shoots where the guys were really hitting, like they were really trying to hurt each other because they didn't like each other. Those are always fun. Alright, let's get to the final experiment. Christopher Allen says they wouldn't have let Seagal into roller derby because he would have dominated. Man, how do we know that Seagal didn't moonlight as some kind of roller jammer in some kind of underground roller jam tournaments where he just decimated the field. Can you imagine like Aikido throws in roller? That'd be awesome. Aikido throws, chair shots. I mean, Seagal would have wrecked everybody. Geocentric said, I did a deep rabbit hole on the final experiment, 24-hour sun. Wish I could join you on your show. Yeah, I mean, we can do some listeners joining in on Zoom or something. I gotta schedule some interviews first. The next one's gonna be Flat Earth Dave. I gotta still figure out a time. My Zoom's been glitching pretty bad, but I'm gonna do an interview with Flat Earth Dave pretty soon. Okay, so, alright, let me put up a map. Run Boston Bear here. Thanks for all the laughs. Your ability to lighten the mood is always a pleasure and needed. Oh man, we like to have fun here. We like to have fun. Where else are you gonna get play-by-play roller jam elbows and body slams? Logical analysis on roller jam. Salt asks, ever doing an interview with Craig? Do you guys want to see me interview Craig on Mindshock? That would be hilarious. I have no idea how a non-debate conversation would go with Craig. I really don't. It might be fun, actually. Alright, hold on a second. I'm gonna put an image on the screen here. Alright, so this is the official globe model. And let's assume... Well, we could do this a couple different ways. So before any experiment can even be valid, you have to be able to clearly delineate your variables to avoid scientism. Okay, so everybody looking at the screen here. How is the distance verified from Antarctica to Africa, from South America to Antarctica, from Australia to Antarctica, from New Zealand to Antarctica? You would have to verify all of these distances. You would also have to verify the distance between South America and Africa, Africa and Australia, Australia and New Zealand, which I'm assuming has been done. Australia to New Zealand, people take boats and flights and all that stuff. I'm assuming, I haven't done it myself. I'm assuming Australia to New Zealand is verified. I'm assuming New Zealand to Australia is verified. Now, is New Zealand to South America verified? So you'd have to do simultaneous verifications, because otherwise, if you don't know where you are, what would the sun prove if you don't know the distances between the continents from each other and between the continents and Antarctica? For the sake of that statement, let's not include it, whatever, the full-time habitated continent, the main continents, other than Antarctica and Antarctica. Is everybody following? Because otherwise, you don't know where the path of the sun was. Justin Johnson says the Musk Ox debacle was Bruce's best gut bust. Musk Oxen. that was coincidental. Obviously the Houghton Mars project on Devon Island, because the landscape just happens to be the same landscape on Mars, coincidentally. And there happen to be muskox. Oh man, that was good. That was funny. Okay. All right. So, who was here? 3000 Trin. Does that answer your question about the flat Earth experiment? Are you still in here? I know we got a little sidetracked with roller jam action. Yeah, that's another point. Yeah, so Friday, Tie Day, nobody has circumnavigated Antarctica. Captain Cook tried for 3 years, it couldn't be done. Supposedly he did do it, and he logged 60,000 miles, which is what the flat Earth map would approximately be. So if you take a flat Earth map here, so if you do a big circle going around all the known continents, you'd log about 60 to 80,000 miles. Supposedly that's what Captain Cook logged. So, if you can't verify the distance from Antarctica to Australia simultaneously with Australia to Africa and Africa to Australia and Africa to South America and South America to Antarctica and South America to New Zealand, then what is being verified? Like, what really is that 24-hour sun? Furthermore, how can you prove that's the same sun? So what are the variables of an experiment? You need a dependent variable, an independent variable, and you need controls. And you need to be able to verify all of this. Not hallucinate, not assume, not pretend, not take on faith like all the scientism cultists goes. You actually need to verify your variables, not just hallucinate them. So my idea, which I've been talking about this for a long time, it's not that expensive, but it's not cheap. You would need, ideally, you would have a hot air balloon flying from approximately the middle of Antarctica. If this is to prove a globe. So if all the globe dimensions are true, in order to verify them, from the middle of Antarctica, you fly a hot air balloon, high altitude. At the same time, you fly a minimum of 3 different planes. You fly one plane from the middle of Antarctica to South America, from the middle of Antarctica to Africa, from the middle of Antarctica to Australia. Ideally, you'd also do it to New Zealand, Madagascar, some other islands in between New Zealand and South America. But minimum, you have colored exhaust. So not sort of like harmless chemtrails, just colored exhaust, like the kind they use at air shows, like really thick, wide colored exhaust that would stay in the air for many, many hours. You have people in boats for line of sight verification in between Australia and Antarctica, in between New Zealand and Antarctica, in between South America and Antarctica, in between Africa and Antarctica. Then you also fly from the tip of South America to Africa with line of... Another plane would make that flight. Another plane makes the flight between Africa and Australia. Another plane makes the flight between Australia and New Zealand to South America. And line of sight verification, people in boats all along the way so they could watch the colored exhaust. You have drones with 360 cameras on all sides of all of the planes and you have drones above the boats for that have line of sight verification. You have everybody live streaming at all times. And from the hot air balloon, it would be observing all of this from above. Like, you get it, way high. Okay, so not that complicated, but that way you'd be able to verify the distances with line of sight verification. And it's a little bit more complicated because the distances are really big, so you'd actually have to do more flights. You'd have to do Madagascar. You'd have to do some of the islands between Madagascar and Australia. You know, you'd in order to do it right, I mean, you would need quite a few planes and a whole lot of boats. Thanks for the super chat, Run Boston Bear. Be sure to check out the Joe Hanvey live interview on TFE. Yeah, drop some... Oh, you can't drop links. Alright, hold on. I think it's time... Let's get, Run Boston Bear and Justin Johnson some wrenches. Alright, can you guys drop links now? Run Boston Bear, try to drop a link. Unless that didn't work. Truth Troll says, on the final experiment channel. Okay, 3,000 Shrinners. Did what I just say make sense? Because if you're in Antarctica, but you can't verify your distances to all the continents, what are you proving? Also, if the sun is some kind of holographic projection, there's additional variables and additional theories. Some people actually think there are 2 suns, or more. Multiple suns. Okay, Truth Troll says, to me it did make sense. So if there's multiple Earth ponds, and they all have their own suns, and they're either reflecting over the dome or whatever, how do you even verify what you're seeing? But either way, it would be very interesting to see if there's a video of a 24-hour sun, because it does seem kind of coincidental that they say they don't have the bandwidth. I mean, people can stream 4K movies on... I mean, how many people are currently streaming 4K movies on Netflix while someone else in their home, in their family, is playing video games in 4K or even 8K on the internet? While other people are on Wi-Fi on their phone. I mean, the bandwidth of the internet is so insane. And they're saying they don't even have the bandwidth to stream a non-high-def 24-hour sun in Antarctica. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Okay, so Run Boston Bear just dropped a link to the Hanvey interview. Oh, 7 days ago? I think somebody might have sent me this. Okay, well, does that make sense in the final spec? We only got to, like, one flat Earth question. Alright, it's getting kind of late. I'll take one more question. Man, we spent a lot of time on Roller Jam. Matari Sensei say that's a pretty thorough experiment. Well, I don't know why it can't be done. I mean, if they're putting drones on Mars, why would it be so difficult to just do line of sight verification with colored exhaust on planes? I mean, I'm sure there's tons of flat earthers that would volunteer to be on boats for line of sight verification. So you'd have a bunch of boats between Antarctica and Africa, a bunch of boats between Africa. Not even that many. I mean, how many miles? Let's see here. It's about 4,600 miles. That is kind of a lot. So yeah, you would need quite a few boats, quite a few drones. But I mean, you know, shape of the Earth is kind of important. You would think, I mean, what's the total cost of this experiment? Even if it was $1 billion, I mean, NASA spends $1 billion on random crap that has nothing to do with anything. So even if this experiment cost $1 billion, wouldn't it be worth it to just verify the shape of the Earth? Geocentric says they are faking 180 degrees of sun. That's the other thing, too. If there is some kind of holographic generator or whatever project, Bluebeam, what have you, how do you verify what you're seeing? If you go into a planetarium and take a video of a 24-hour sun in a planetarium, what does that prove? Does it prove that that's the real sun? Because like, you need the distances between continents. I mean, there's no way to get around this. You need to verify the distances between continents and Antarctica. I mean, that's step one before even dealing with the 24-hour sun. Matari Sensei says, I want an independently verified moon landing too. You know, it's weird. I mean, so why not take these super high-powered telescopes and point them at the moon landing site? I mean, obviously yeah, I mean, you'd have to build your own, I guess. Because, I mean, you're really going to trust... I mean, I don't know. Matari Sensei says, someone asked me once what would prove to me that we made it to the moon. Nobody's asked me that question. That's a great question. It's kind of hard to... So extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So what doesn't prove it are moon rocks that are petrified wood from Arizona. What doesn't prove it is fake-looking footage with wires. I mean, it's... What doesn't prove it is my dog ate my homework telemetry data. What doesn't prove it is not being able to do it again. So, what would prove it? I guess an uninterrupted live stream from independent parties. Like, for example, NASA allows, whatever, Flat Earth Dave to come bring his GoPro and set up a 24-hour stream with his equipment. Like, on the shuttle, like, you know. So they allow independent individuals and companies to add their own cameras with their own equipment to verify. I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable. Like, forget the moon, like the ISS. Why not do that for a trip to the ISS? But I mean, anytime someone like, look at a sporting event. They allow people to come and bring their own cameras, usually. Or at least their cell phone, whatever. They can film it with their cell phone. Like, nobody's hiding anything for real events. When it's only one party controlling everything, and they're the accused, are you really going to believe the accused evidence? We need independent evidence. Or even, heck, allow Mark Sargent or somebody to go with the team. I mean, I know it's money to train him and everything, but like, if you're just talking about from an evidence standpoint, allow people who are not government contractors to go with them. I mean, journalists do that all the time. Like journalists verifying real events do that all the time. Why not have independent journalists go with the crew? And they don't even have to set foot on the moon. They could stay up, whatever, in orbit safely, whatever. You don't have to, risk them, whatever, happening on the surface. Or even just have a second shuttle that doesn't even go as far as the first, but you see them get kind of close. I mean, there's so many ways to do this. Rethink says, I'd go back to the moon in a nanosecond, but we destroyed that technology. It's a painful process to build it back up. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Destroy the technology of the greatest accomplishment in history. I mean, why wouldn't you destroy it? Big Pine Sailing said, yeah, I was familiar with the concept. Sure, it's possible, but as far as I can tell, there isn't a verifiable way to know without government funding. Well, I mean, again, if the government just allowed independent journalists to come along, I mean, there's plenty of millionaires and rich people that could fund something like that, even without Flat Earth in mind, even without verification in mind. But that would, as long as they weren't government employees. Truth Troll says, but even if an independent journalist, could we trust that they were legit and not compromised? Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. It depends on the journalist, right? Like, if they... yeah. Well, also, the journalist would have to be live streaming. So, like, we're not going to... It doesn't... No matter who it is, you don't trust the journalist's word. It's independent plus the independent equipment and live stream. Alright, so another fun stream tonight. Hopefully everybody had a good time. I will be doing the analysis on Witsit versus so-called Professor Dave next. So that's up next in the Flat Earth realm. And then episode 3 of Missing in Panama is next in the True Crime realm. So, we'll see everybody soon for that. Hope everybody enjoyed another edition of the Mindshock podcast in the Flat Earth live Q&A series. If you want to help support the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. If you're not getting them, like and comment more, or you can become a free member on Patreon and get the updates through Patreon. This is Bruce McGuire signing off. Catch you guys next time.